everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. It is your host, Stefan.
Stefan.
Julian. No, hi everybody, welcome back together. We're the podcast Derps and Burps, and in case you're watching our podcast and not only listening to it, you're probably wondering what the fuck is going on with those crazy chicks. Yeah, we had a good time in post-recording, where we kind of got back into our emo time, and now we did some crazy stuff with our hair. It's gonna go down anyway soon, don't worry about it. But yeah, we look a little bit crazy because we were talking about some emo stuff earlier, and so we recreated the good old MySpace /emo hair for you on a podcast. Anyway, guys, I hope you're having a great day. We hope you have a great start into the week. We hope you're not too hot or too cold, depending on which part of the world you are living. Yeah, and today's episode is once again we answer your anonymous questions. I think we've done that before once.
Yeah, I think so.
So in case you don't know, we have a tellonym account with our podcast as well that is linked under every single episode and in our link tree, where you can leave questions or comments anonymously for us to answer. And we were at the point we had a lot of them in again. So today is going to be a little bit of an interactive episode thanks to you guys. So thank you to everybody that leaves those in there. Before we get into a topic though, I'm going to take my hair down because it's starting to annoy me. This was basically just my ponytail.
I kind of like it, not gonna lie. Should I cut my hair like this?
Like fully short or just bangs?
Like this?
Like short? Like, honestly, it would suit you really well. I like that on you. But I also really like the long hair on you.
It's a bummer. Like, it's so annoying to like style.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
That's
you would have to, like, the maintenance of that kind of hair is really annoying. Like, same for me. Like, when I just did that, as you can see, I have like a big forehead. I mean, I think everybody that knows me and my huge ass forehead. So I'm always really tempted to cut my bangs again. But I think that might have been it. That might have pushed me over the edge that I actually wanted. Bring back the blonde underneath, you know, the blonde streaks, bangs. Maybe that's the last straw, you know? Maybe that's the one. Yeah. So, Steffi, what's new in this week? What happened? Update us.
I finally finished Demon Slayer with Ben.
How do you like it?
I cried.
Please, no spoiler, Roni. I haven't watched it yet.
No. Good. It's good. I'm excited for season 4. It's already announced. Or confirmed. Very nice. So I won't say anything for those who haven't watched yet. And Julia,
how would you rate it out of 10? Everything together?
Wow, this is so tough because I can't remember everything anymore.
Or like the ending, or the last parts that you watched. Like, how would you overall say your experience watching Demon Slayer was?
I like it a lot, so I would give it an 8. Yeah.
Nice. Good rating.
But again, I don't have many like to compare with, right? But the whole setting and everything, I just like the story and the characters and everything about the show. So I would give it an 8.
Nice.
Then what we did last week was I had this sponsorship offering in my Stream Elements dashboard, and I was like, you know what? I haven't done any of those yet, so why not try it out, how it works and everything. So I started with one campaign, or I did one campaign last week, and it was the mobile game Star Trek Fleet Command. I barely ever played mobile games beside back in the days in high school when you played Candy Crush and Farmville. That was it. And the Simpson game, I guess.
Oh yeah, I played that one as well.
Yeah. So those were the mobile games like 10 years ago I played. And it was kind of refreshing, not gonna lie. I liked it as well. Max is still playing it. He's like, there were 2 goals I had to fulfill, guys. For example, the first one was get people to unlock their second ship.
Mm-hmm.
And the second goal was get people to level up to level 10.
Mm-hmm.
So those were the two goals I had to fulfill. We almost finished it completely because there's always stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's just something that's important in the background, not for you. It was very nice. People are still like Spark was playing it as well. And then
Really?
after he reached level 10, a day after he came into my chat and was like, why am I still playing this game? I'm level 13 now. And now he just keeps sending me screenshots of his like ships like being super powerful already. And he keeps just playing. And just for info, guys, it's an open world MMO in the Star Trek universe where you build your whole base and mine materials and you can even fight other people or just the AI and stuff like that. Pretty nice mobile game, not gonna lie. I played it on PC with an emulator so I could stream it, but I prefer it on iPad. I really like it on iPad. It's very chill, like just on the side playing, clicking a little bit and stuff. So a few people even stuck to it, which is funny, and
I
I'm
think
happy
I
to
saw
see that.
Stony as well playing it still.
Stony, yeah, he helped me as well.
He's so
There were a lot
cute.
of people. So thank you everyone who leveled up to level 10. Really appreciate it, guys. I'm sending out the letters this week.
Aw,
The thank you letters and the merch stickers, just so you know.
so
Beside
sweet.
that, last week, uh, that was basically it. I went swimming. This week gonna be tough. There's a lot of meetups, birthdays, traveling this week.
Hmm.
So very spontaneous streaming. By the time you hear this, everything happened already. So I'm gonna tell you how everything was. It's Ben's birthday, basically. It's Max's mom's birthday. This week there is Pride Parade in Graz with the after show party in the evening on the weekend. We drive to High Tech. We go mini golfing for Ben's birthday. It's just this week is so packed. So that's basically it. And I was at the Smash Festival.
Okay.
There's still hair everywhere. I was at the Smash Festival, which is a small festival in Graz. It happened to be the first time this year.
Mhm.
And it's about people being creative, like creative people. You could paint there, you could participate in workshops where you can do sculpting, painting, drawing, etc. It was very cool music with moderation in between. The guys like explained you everything. You had good drinks. It was a very nice time. My sister was working there. That's why I like visited her there. And yeah, it was pretty spontaneous as well. We got a little bit drunk because it was super hot and we were drinking like three spritzwein, and then we were already like, okay. And then the good music started to like play as well, and my sister and I were like, oh, that's dangerous, it's dangerous, we gotta go now. So, and I was with friends there as well. It was pretty cool. Nice evening, nice afternoon. And let me check. That's basically it. Yeah, that's basically
That
it
was
from
it?
my side.
Nice. Yeah, for me, also not really that many updates. I got a little bit back last week in my addiction of watching and listening to Asmongold.
Okay.
So for me, most of the time, like I multitask a lot, right? Like if I clean the house or if I work in the garden or if I do like some stuff around the house where I can watch something on the side. I would love to say it's anime, but I can't. We talked about that multiple times because I like to watch it with the original Japanese voice acting and then have the subtitles underneath. So I can't just walk around and listen and like half pay attention. So I usually either listen to audiobooks, or I watch some true crime documentary or interrogation, that kind of stuff. And during the last week, I really fell into watching a lot of Asmongold again. Like I have those phases where I just watch a lot of Asmongold. Yeah, and I'm fully in it again. And I just really enjoy his content because most of the time I can't really watch his stream because the time zones are so weird that I can't watch it. Like I don't have the time when he streams to watch his streams, so it's always nice to have the videos. And I think the man uploads something crazy like, I don't know, 7 videos a day or something like that. I don't really remember.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
but to be fair, it's like a lot of clips, like uncut clips from his stream.
okay.
He does a lot of like reaction content where, for example, let's say, the whole kick drama. So he would watch the stuff, pause, and give like all of his intel to it.
Thoughts?
So it's like Fudge said it earlier. He's a pause champ, right? Pause champ Andy. So if he watches a 5-minute video, his reaction to it is gonna be 45 minutes. So that's why that is like honestly the only real reaction content that I enjoy, because most people that watch the video and then they give, I don't know, 2 minutes of commentary or something like that, and then they move on. And for him, what is annoying for some people, I personally really enjoy, because he like watches 10 seconds of video, pauses, and then talks 2 minutes. Like kind of that's the relation, or like the amount that he does it. I really enjoy that though, and he has some really funny takes, some good takes. He's also really intelligent. With some comments, he's just so far off of like real life. It's funny as well. So I don't know, it's just something nice for me to relax to watching. Then yeah, as Steffi already said, this week, so when you listen to this week already happened, but it's really stressful also for me. So today we're recording podcast. After that I'm gonna stream. I still need to organize a few things, because tomorrow I'm driving with my friend Miriam to Vienna, where we go to the Not Afraid festival, which I got invited to, where the headline is MGK. So I'm crossing my fingers. You can probably check on my social medias by now. Maybe I'm gonna be able to meet MGK and take a picture with him. That is, I manifested it. I put it out in the universe that I'm gonna somehow... the universe is on my side, and I hope I'm gonna be able to get a picture with Colson. No, yeah, I'm going to a concert, and it's actually a friend of mine working there as a photographer that invited me there. So I'm like on a press list and stuff, so it's kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm taking my friend Miriam with me, which I'm really excited. So we'll drive from Klagenfurt at noon out there. I think MGK plays pretty late at 21:30, so 9:30 in the evening. We're gonna watch, and then we're gonna drive home the same evening. And then when you drive home in the middle of the night, we're gonna stop at Steffi's in Graz. I'm gonna pick up Steffi. I'm gonna take Steffi home with me. And then in the next morning straight, we're gonna have to drive to Heidech. So it's gonna be a lot of driving for me in the 2 days. And so I drive to Vienna like over 3 hours, like 3.5 hours roughly. And I think to Heidech it's in Linz, right?
Yeah.
Linz, yeah. So it's through the mountains again. And I think we drove last time 3.5 hours as well. So we're just gonna go there. I'm super excited, to be honest, because we haven't visited Heidech for 4 years. I think 4 years was the last time that Steffi and me have been there. Heidech, if you don't know Heidech for gamers, they're Steffi and my sponsor. They make really cool custom PCs. They're known specifically for their very, very, very good customer service as well. They're super nice people. And I'm getting a new PC that we're gonna be building there. And we're gonna hang out a little bit with Philip. The people that know Heidech know who Philip is. So it's gonna be also new PC time. So then Wednesday I'm driving home. Then I'm gonna have to set up my new PC and everything. And then back to streaming. And then the rest of the week I'm gonna be working. Beside of that, this week I streamed a lot. I played a lot of Valorant. I also spent a lot of time with my real life friends. Like, I know I talk about Miriam a lot, like my kind of new friend that I have for a few months now. But she's so nice. Like, she's you know like sometimes you have those friends that are always checking in on you and like kind of like, hey, do you want to do something? Hey, do you want to do this? And with her, we're both like super spontaneous and uncomplicated. And like, even if I say no to something, it's not a problem. It's like, hey, super spontaneous. Do you want to go for an ice cream or something? And then it's like either yes or no. And it's kind of really nice. And she also has a dog and stuff. And we're on the same kind of like wavelength, however you want to call it. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of things with her currently. And also like with the dog mom club, if you want to call it that. So yeah, doing a lot of stuff in real life at the moment as well. I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's nice.
I'm though a little bit I'm feeling a little bit guilty though, because I don't create as much content right now. I mean, I'm not creating that much content. I'm streaming 5 times a week, and we have the podcast once a week, and we post pictures and everything. But there's always, you could do more, right? So
But
at the
that's a you
moment,
problem, huh?
that's a
You're
you
doing now.
problem. Yeah, that's a me problem. So yeah, that's the only thing. I'm feeling a little bit guilty because I feel like I don't do that much specific content for other platforms than our podcast and streaming. But again, we talked about the whole summer whole situation, and so I know I shouldn't feel guilty, but the feeling is still there. So I'm kind of like working a little bit through the whole situation of enjoying the summer with my friends and doing things I enjoy without trying not to feel too guilty about it. And I think I already said last week that I got the VIP tickets to see Noah Sebastian, Bad Omens, together with Laura. Next year, it's sadly only in January, so there's still like half a year.
Gotta wait a little bit longer.
But till then, I'm gonna dream of Noah every night. I'm kidding. So yeah, Steffi, let's talk about the listener of the week, and then we can go into our topic, I think, if you want.
Sure. Sure. Listen of the week is Stone Cold 74B under episode 75. Ykick.com is not the future of live streaming. And Stony says, Memo to Steffi, I demand proof of live. Show Sid in the next podcast. I did I talk about Sid last week? I can't remember.
I think we talked about that. I know that you showed it on all the other social medias, but maybe we can repeat what happened in case we didn't talk about it.
So basically, I was at the do-it-yourself store getting some seeds and some soil for my plants, for my tomato, because I had to like swap my tomato plants, which were thriving. So I bought everything I needed, and then I also bought a ginseng bonsai. And I showed them this bonsai on Instagram and Twitter, and people said he literally looks like Sid from Ice Age, because he's also holding his arm like this, and he has little fingers in the back. And Stony now wants proof that he's still alive, because I'm very bad with plants, guys, and I ask people how long they give me until it dies. So that's basically it.
You're improving, okay? You're a new plant mom, okay? That's how we all start. We start out as plant moms, then you get a pet.
Yeah.
And then eventually, if you ever want, then next would be the children in line, but we can skip those as well,
Yeah.
Show us Sid. Show us Sid. Is he alive? Show us Sid.
He's heavy.
She's getting him. Oh my god, are you fat shaming Sid? Oh my god, that's bigger than I expected.
Yes,
Damn, he has a lot of soil though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you can see the little nose.
You see that?
Yeah.
It looks like him, right? And look at his
little
hand in the bag.
I see it.
So yeah.
We got little Sid. He's beautiful. I see some yellow leaves up there already, Steffi.
Oh yeah.
See
that from up top here,
I have to get rid of those. Okay.
Plants, guys.
No. I'm just messing with you. It's normal that some fall off. Don't worry about it. You're doing fine, sweetie. Just try to wiggle them off, and then.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna be fine. Will do. I mean, they're gonna fall off by itself anyway. Okay, so thank you, Stony. Thanks to you, we got to see Sid on podcast today. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. Short reminder before we get into answering your anonymous questions. Quick reminder: if you enjoy the podcast, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're still trying to reach the 1,000 subscribers on YouTube to be able to start monetizing the podcast. As of today, we still haven't made a single euro or coin with the podcast, which is fine because it's a passion project from us. It is something that we know that you enjoy. But if you want to help us out, if you're listening on Spotify, hop over to YouTube, leave us a subscription, let the podcast run if you want the whole day on your laptop while you're at work or whatever it is. Follow, like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, tell your mom about this new podcast that she should be listening to, all those kind of things. Everything helps, and we appreciate you a lot for supporting us with that.
Tell everyone about the pyramid scheme, guys.
The pyramid scheme, exactly. Tell them. So yeah, anyway, what we're doing today, in case you forgot already, because we've been talking about ourselves so long, we're answering anonymous question. Again, we answer anonymous questions that you guys send us. So I need to slow down. I'm starting to talk so fast. If you want to be in our next anonymous questions podcast, don't forget, under every single podcast, in every social media from us, there is a link tree, and there's the tellonym link in there with the simple link. You click on it, you leave your question. We don't know from who that question is. It's completely anonymous. So maybe it is something that you're afraid to ask, or maybe don't want to bring up on stream or in the comments where people can see your name. This is your chance. And we will pick out the ones that we think fit well to a podcast and would also be interesting for other people to hear our opinions on, right?
Yeah.
I just saw which one the first one is. Do you want to start with the first one, Steffi, or
The
should we
thing
go
is, I wanted to swap the serious question with, Instagram and
down?
stuff. We shouldn't do that first.
Okay, should we start maybe with the language
So,
one, or should we
choose
straight go
whatever.
into the... Okay, so
So-
Steffi, I'm gonna do it in Steffi's order, and we're just gonna go straight in with the one question. That is, yeah, it brings some color into my face, to say the least. The question is, do you prefer cut or uncut penises? What are your thoughts on circumcision? Steffi, tell us.
I never had a cut penis, so I cannot tell or share my experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
I accept dicks, but I don't really like them. Beside my boyfriend's dick, so he's uncut. That's all I know. I never had a cut dick in real life, guys. So I can't tell you anything. I don't have any
In
preference
general,
when
what
it
are your
comes to
thoughts
this.
on circumcision? Because that's
I
part of
don't-
the question as well. Or do you just not
the thing
really
is,
think about the
nowadays
topic
with the
that much?
guys, with the guys nowadays, it is because of wie heißt Gepflegtheit? Was heißt Gepflegtheit?
Oh, it's just because of hygienic reasons?
Hygienic reasons. Sorry, yeah, exactly that. And beside that, like, the real reason of circumcision is fucking awful. So I see no point in doing it to anyone. I don't even think in Austria this is a thing. Like, when I was
not
younger,
really
I just remember.
common.
Nah, I never really even heard someone talking about it. Like, none of us, like, of the guys I saw at least,
To be
was
fair,
cut.
there's maybe a little bit of a spicy topic to bring up, but I think the reason why it's not really a big thing in Austria is because circumcision is mostly coming up in certain religions that are not as prominent in Austria because of certain wars that have happened.
You phrased that
in
so
the
well, honey. Holy
past.
shit.
To be because those are not as prominent in Austria as in other parts of the world. I think that might be one of the reasons why it's not as common.
True.
But yeah,
What about you?
what about me? I'm not 100% sure. Like we talked about it earlier. For short point, I might have had once a circumcised penis, but I'm not 100. It's been a long time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time. Okay, I'm in a relationship now for like 9 years. Okay, I had the same penis for 9 years, and before that, everything is a blur.
Yeah.
So I think I had one once. Wasn't really a big difference for me from what I remember. Do I really care? No, not really. For me, in general, when it comes to people, hygiene is a really big topic. So if somebody would have bad hygiene, no matter if there's a hood or not. I think it would be a problem. Not a fan
Yeah.
of bad hygiene.
But
I think, I mean, me as somebody that doesn't have a penis myself, I guess if you're a person that thinks that's easier and more convenient, then go ahead, do the thing.
go
Do
ahead.
I think I in general think like everything that is enforced on children before they can make a decision like that on their own is always a weird thing, because from what I know, children get circumcised pretty early on, like when they're really young. I know that sometimes circumcision is necessary if like the hood is too tight. Like I know there's like medical reasons as well where the hood is getting too tight in the front and you can't, you know. Then obviously it's needed. But beside of that, I think everybody should be able to choose themselves if they want to do that, something like that to the genitals or not. Overall, I don't know. I don't have a penis myself. I cannot really say if there's like a huge difference in like
Yeah.
how sensitive it is, those kind of things. I think honestly, as a woman, it doesn't really matter. I think it's more a question for the person itself, the man itself that has it, if they prefer it or not. So interesting question and topic to talk about. I know that in especially like I think in America they have a lot of circumcision going on. But yeah, in case you're American or from any other country where circumcision is something that is really normal, or almost everybody is circumcised. Yeah, in Austria it's not really normal that happens. So now the more you know. Yeah, next question. We're not talking about penis anymore. Next question is actually one that's really interesting. Would you learn a new language for your partner? If yes, no, why?
Yeah.
You
I
would?
like learning new languages.
How's it going with the
I'm
Japanese?
interested in that. I was. I
Sorry,
mean, there's
had
no
to.
boy
I
it's
had
worth for
to.
right now,
I
right?
had to. I'm
So
sorry.
if my partner, and that's what I wanted to say and where I was like going to, if my partner would be Korean or Japanese, a month, 2 months. I'm fluent. No, I'm just kidding. That's impossible. But yes, I would. I really
She
like
does the
learning new
oral
language.
exam instantly for you guys. Sorry.
I really like learning new languages. I was always good at it in school, better than math. So
Chef is bad with math.
I'm very bad with math, guys. Although I was always good at chemistry, so I might maybe be a little
Oral chemistry.
Heisenberg.
Steffi really.
So yeah, I would definitely learn it because I'm very interested in new languages. Why are you laughing, huh? What are you guys typing? I don't see it.
No,
It's
I
too
made
far
it
down.
up. I literally just said it. I said,
the oral
no.
exam.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
said you're orally really good in chemistry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You just didn't get it. It's fine.
I didn't.
I was just sitting here giggling at my
I'm
own joke.
innocent. Okay,
yeah, of course,
guys.
Steffi. Excuse
I'm
me.
very
Excuse me.
innocent.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I would learn a new language for sure.
Mhm.
I really like learning new languages, and it's always nice when you like, even if you just know bits and parts of each language. I just experienced that at the Christmas market, for example, because there's many different people coming from different countries,
Mhm.
and whenever you even just know hello, how are you and stuff, they're already like so excited that you kind of show interest in their language and culture. So I really like that.
Mhm. How would it be for you? Let's say you have a partner
Mhm,
that is from a different country that speaks a different language,
mhm.
and he would move to Austria, and he would not be interested in learning the language. How would you
So
handle that?
your case.
We're gonna talk about me later, okay? We're gonna talk about the topic.
It depends, because I expect if you move to a certain country to learn the language, to understand the culture and the language and everything, to be able to do everything on your own, right?
Mhm.
So I would expect my partner to do that, yes.
Mhm. What would you do if
If
he
not,
wouldn't?
I'll send him back.
You return him.
Return
Without
him.
return ticket, no return.
Ordered on Wish, return back to China. Not really depends, right? It's like it's a tough question because I can only speak for myself, and if I would move to another country, I would learn the language because I want to like be able to interact with the people there. Obviously, I'd freak out if I couldn't. Like if
Yeah.
you're lost in a country where you're so like depending on one person only,
Yeah.
that would freak me out personally. So I would try if my partner wouldn't want to learn the language. I can't tell you because I was never in this situation,
Mhm.
but I'd expect them definitely. Like that's what I can say. I would expect
Yeah.
it from my partner to show some interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be within a year, right? Like nobody can
Or 9
learn
or something.
or exactly. Like at some point in the life. Please. What about you, Julia?
What about me? So I never thought about that topic before. I'm kidding. So would you learn a new language for your partner? If so, yes, no, why? In case you missed it, I'm dating a Frenchman. So obviously we talk different languages. So his main language is French, mine is German, but we talk English with each other. Nathan moved to Austria 8.5 years ago, almost 9 years now. And he doesn't really speak the language. He's not really fluent. But I have to say, both of us.
understands a lot.
So, oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he can get around really well with German. To be
Yeah.
honest. The thing is, like Nathan had German in school for a few years. I don't want to say a specific number because I feel like I always say the wrong one. But he grew up in Elsass, which is at the German border in France, where they talk a lot of German. So he's always been surrounded by German a lot. He had it in school. But his main language is obviously still French, and at home we talk English with each other. I have to say his German is pretty good. He just doesn't talk German to me, or when I'm around. I don't know what it is. Like as you said already, like he obviously he knows all the phrases. He can do like the small stuff, like when we go to the bank or to Bilo or something. Like you would never really notice that he doesn't speak German. Like it's always like hallo, ja, danke, mit Karte bitte, danke, tschüss. You know, like he does like those kind of things.
Yeah.
Tschüss.
Juice.
No, it's really cute actually. Like I really like it. The thing is, like, for example, I sent him to a parfumerie a few months ago to get a birthday present for my stepmom, a perfume. I was like, oh, I don't have time. Can you go and get it? And he came home and he said he went in there and he bought he bought the coupon, like a coupon for perfumes.
The voucher?
The voucher, yeah, in German. He said he went in, he did everything in German, came back. So he does a lot of stuff in German, but not when I'm there. I don't know what it is that he doesn't speak German in front of me. And also when he like walks the dogos and stuff, like if somebody talks to him, he talks back in German. So I think his German is better than I think it is. But he doesn't talk to me. But to be honest, I think it would be weird if I would talk German to Nathan. That would be I don't know. It's the same with, for example, James, you know, Sabrina's boyfriend. Like he's really good in German.
Dude, he understands everything. And he's always like, he talks English but throws in Austrian slang words for certain things.
He's fluent.
Like,
he's fully fluent in German already. Like he's British, he's fully fluent in German. And it's so weird because like Sabrina tries to talk German to him all the time. And for me, it's just like, dude, James is British. Like I can't.
Yeah.
There's just certain people, even if they can speak German, I prefer talking English to them. Because for me, it's so weird to hear them in German. Not that it's bad. Like the German is good and stuff. But for me, it's like, I personally, I'm Austrian. German is my main language. I prefer talking English to people because it's easier for me to express myself than in German. I feel more comfortable. I don't know. It's weird. So for me personally, I understand when people, like, for example, let's say he would only be able to speak French and he would come to Austria, would be probably really hard and a no-go because nobody understands it. But I think if you're at least fluent in English, it's different, right? Because I think almost everybody, you can at least get along with English. I would personally not expect from my partner, like, I do not give a fuck if Nathan speaks German or not. Just because in our daily life it's not needed. And like there's no, like, we spend like 95% of the time at home. The 5% that we spend out, he has enough knowledge to get around.
Yeah.
And for me personally, it's nothing like really important that he is completely fluent just for the sake of being here. I do understand though that I think it would be something way different if he would be dependent on a job in Austria, because then obviously I don't think it's really easy to find a job in Austria where you would only be able to speak English. Definitely doable, but I think then it's a different topic, right? So I think we're in a really unique situation where we both work from home and online a lot, that it's just simply not needed. And our friend circle is also so international that we speak English most of the time with our friends as well. So for me, not really. Would I personally learn a new language for a partner? Yes, I think so. Like the one situation that I kind of think about it, thought about it, think about it. Yeah. Dude, that sounds stupid. The one situation that I was thinking about it is if we would ever have a child, I'm pretty sure that we would raise it in 3 languages, right? So it would be German, English, and French. And yeah, I'm Australian now. I think about it. Or like I'm a real redneck. I'm not sure. Either
bloody.
One. Yeah, bloody mate. So yeah. Anyway, then I think like I also had French in school. I had 4 years of French in school, so my vocabulary in French is pretty big. I understand a lot of words. I can follow conversations more or less in French. I just can't speak it fluently. Like I know a lot of verbs. I know a lot of words and verbs, but I'm bad at building sentences, and I'm definitely not fluent in it. But I can understand and follow conversations like this. So if I wanted to, I would be able to learn French. But for me, there's just no real interest in there because the use case is so minimal. Because I know with Nathan, if I would start to try to communicate in French with Nathan, I know that he would just get frustrated and switch to English with me anyway. So the only point... Alarm! It's not you, Steph. It's getting picked up. So the only use case realistically would be probably when we're in France. Holy shit, Steffi, what did she do this time? What did she do this time that I come to pick you up? Anyway, so the so the only realistic use case would be when we're in France or when his parents are over. But then again, they speak English and German as well. So there's no real point. But to answer the question, I probably would if I'm interested in the language, and especially I personally, if I would move into a non-English or German-speaking country, I would personally want to learn it just out of respect for people. I think, like, let's say if Nathan would be like, "Hey, let's move to France," I'm pretty sure that I would learn French at least to the extent that I would be able to go out in stores and stuff like that and have a normal small talk conversation with people there, because I just know like I want people to feel comfortable around me, and I don't want to bring discomfort to them. Ideally, I would probably move to an English-speaking country, because then it's pretty easy. I think my English is it passes, for an English-speaking country. I think I'm gonna be fine. Exactly, like Australia, Canada, America, something like that would be nice. Yeah. So next question: is it hard for you to show feelings? If not, why? Steffi?
That's a tough question. It really depends. I think this is a case of my how to say, my list in my head, or how I structure people
Mm-hmm.
and who I choose to show my feelings. Uh, can you give me an example? Or can we come up with an example? Because I cannot
A scenario.
really answer it.
Let's do 2 or 3 different ones because I think it's depending on the emotion itself. Let's say
Yeah.
something traumatic, sad happened in your life. That makes you feel down for longer duration. Let's say, I don't know, somebody from your close circle died, or something like that, or another one. Let's say you're frustrated at your partner, and a third one. Yeah, let's go with those 2. Let's say sadness, another one frustration towards somebody close.
When I think of sadness, when I watch stuff, for example, with movies, I'm not ashamed to cry, and I cry a lot with this because I have empathy for a lot of things, and I can like feel the pain they feel in the movies and stuff. But this is coming from them, right? And
Yeah.
that's why I cry then. I personally don't share a much of my own feelings with a lot of people unless they just like try to pull it out for like, I don't know, a month. And then I finally come up
Can
with
tell.
what's really bugging me. So it's not hard for me to show feelings on the surface with madness, happiness, sadness when it comes to whatever it is. But when it comes to my true feelings, I hide them very well, I think. Sometimes. If I want to. Yeah. What about you?
It's depending with which person.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, I think I'm pretty open with my emotions. I learned to not show some of them too much because when I was younger and even just a few years ago, when it came to anger and frustration, I was a little bit too open in showing them, and I was like even putting my frustration or anger out on other people. So I got a little bit better with not letting that boil over and hurt other people with it. So with that, I got a little bit better. Still not perfect. I'm still a dick sometimes. But that's mostly like streaming, gaming, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or when I'm frustrated with other things that I just projected on others. I'm also on podcast and on stream. I basically share almost everything with stream, with friends, with you. I don't really have any issues. Now that I think about it, I think I have issues with 2 or 3 people in my life where I struggle with showing my emotions, weirdly. The biggest one is probably Nathan, to be honest. Because for me, but that is my own fault. That has nothing to do with him. Like, I mean, most of you know that Nathan is autistic, right? So I know that because he's a really logical person, right? So if I in the past, I'm an insanely emotional person, like naturally. Like I feel everything really, really deeply and extreme, and it's most of the time like a short burst of a certain emotion where I like over dramatize stuff. Like at least in the past, where like, oh, in this moment everything feels so horrible, but then like 2 hours later it doesn't matter anymore. Kind of like that, right? So I used to express that really a lot because that was just the way I used to do it, and I knew that I noticed that for Nathan it was sometimes really hard to understand why I would be so extreme with my emotions. And nowadays I actually mask a lot of my emotions in front of him. Like I don't really like, it's almost like I want to shelter him from how I really feel sometimes, because I feel like, oh yeah, that feeling is just gonna pass, or like having to explain to him why I feel a certain way is is almost like not too much, but it's probably more annoying to me and to him than to actually just wait till it passes again, right? So I'm really selective that, like, I know that a feeling must be about something constant or something that doesn't go away fast. So if it's something like that I know it's gonna bother me or something that I have to work through, then I'm obviously gonna share it. But I'm really, really selective with which of those feelings I'm sharing with him. Or I'm just, instead of explaining, I'm just gonna be like, today I'm feeling really down. I just have a day where I feel really sad, and today I need a little bit of comfort from you. Can you give that to me? And then he gives it to me. But I don't feel the need to having to explain to him why it is all the time. So, and because he's a really logical person, if I tell him like I'm having a down day, I need comfort today, then he's gonna give it to me. So that's the way we kind of worked it out. And the second thing is my parents. I can't show any emotions to my parents. None. I can't, in the sense of when I'm frustrated towards them. I used to voice that pretty loud. Like, I was always really, really, really frustrated and angry often to my parents, and now I'm just really neutral. Like, I'm pretty, I don't know. Like, I can feel how do I say it? How do you say that? Like, I feel empathy towards them because I feel how do I say that? Like, if they do something stupid, or if I can feel that they're sad or something like that, I feel empathy, but I don't feel close to them, if that makes sense. Like, it's almost like seeing a movie and being like, oh yeah, that's sad, but in the end I don't really care that much about it, because I think the problem with my parents is that they genuinely don't care. They haven't cared about me for so long that for me, I just worked through everything in therapy and tried to fix so many things, and there was never anything coming back, that I'm just like over it. I'm like, this is all closed for me. This is all fine. I'm done. I don't need it anymore. I don't need to have strong feelings towards you. So I would say, like, towards my parents, I don't really show any feelings. And to Nathan, it's really depending on the situation, which sounds really fucked up now that I think about it. But beside of that, I don't have any issues to show emotions towards anybody. Like, I'm fine with crying. I'm fine with being super frustrated and screaming and stuff. I'm just trying to be more selective when it comes to outbursts of emotions, who I share that with when I know. Because I'm like, I don't know, is it choleric? Is that the word in English as well? I hope so. A cholerischen Anfall, was it?
Yeah.
So like, I have like a choleric attack where I just want to fucking scream at people for like 10 minutes and then it's fine again. So I try to not do that. Those rapid outbursts of like being angry or something. But I have that under control very well since I work out a lot. I don't really get that anymore. So yeah, that was a very long answer. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that was the answer to that question. Now I think that is gonna be the biggest topic, I think, and maybe even already the last one, because we're pretty far deep in already in this episode. The next question is a long one. We'll go probably deep in this one. What would you do if your boyfriend was looking at girls on Instagram, mostly in lingerie, or taking sexy photos, liking the photos, commenting on them, telling you they're cute and hot, looking at leaked pictures of their OnlyFans, but he never tells you that you're beautiful or cute, and when he sees you naked or in lingerie, it doesn't affect him at all? Steffi, you want to give your take on that?
How to phrase this? First part would be completely fine
we can
for
like
me.
break it down in like different parts, because I think there's a lot in this question.
Would be completely fine for me if the second part didn't.
So the first part talking about just liking sexy pictures on Instagram.
Yes,
commenting
because I
and
do
liking.
the same. I like sexy pictures on Instagram, no matter if it's guys or girls on Instagram. If I like the picture, I like it. the thing is, but, and then there's the big but. He never tells you that you're beautiful or cute. And when he sees you naked or in lingerie, it doesn't affect him at all, which
I think,
is weird.
sorry to hook in here. I think one thing that would be interesting would be if that person says he sees me naked in lingerie, but it doesn't affect him at all. What does that mean? Like, is he not saying anything? Does that mean he's not getting sexually aroused? What is meant by he's not, it's not affecting him, you know?
Yeah.
Because like there's a difference between people maybe not wanting to or having issues with saying in person that you're sexy, or if you're like, oh yeah, there's just no intimate action going on when he, you know what I mean? So I think there's a little bit of context missing, and like obviously from the question itself, you can see there's a lot of built up frustration already. So I think in this specific topic, probably in this relationship, there's a lot of more context needed in what happened maybe there. But yeah, overall. So you said already you would be fine with liking, commenting on pictures from other girls. But then the part with, you said you would not be okay if he's not telling you that you're looking cute and hot.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I don't care at all what you do on social media, right? Like what my boyfriend does on social media. If he likes something, I couldn't care less. But if you wear lingerie and stuff and he doesn't really like feels anything when he sees you, then you got to talk about that, because there's something wrong. So, or something wrong in the case of, or in the sense of, are you still working? Are you two still working? So, but both of like it can coexist, like your sex life and people liking other people's pictures on Instagram, no matter how much they show or don't show. Like, I don't care about this. I can give less fucks about this. Is it? Yeah, that's basically it. But, and the big but and the missing context is what's kind of difficult here and alarming. And I think you should just have a talk, an honest, serious talk about this, for your own sake and for your partner's sake, and why this is like this. And you both need to be completely honest about it.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. You're done, or you wanna add anything?
I'm done.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, same. Like obviously, like two things that are obvious from just reading that text is, first of all, there's a lot of frustration already built up over a certain amount of time, and the second thing, there's a lot of communication missing. Because I feel like if somebody asks a question like this in a public space like that, there must be some understanding missing already what's wrong in their relationship, without wanting to be like offensive or anything. But if there's so many things adding up, there needs to be a conversation had about boundaries in your relationship. Like, let's say you're having like the first question is it a problem that your boyfriend is liking other content of other girls, or is it the problem that he does it because he doesn't do the same to you?
Yeah.
So that would be the first question, because the way it sounds for me is like he can give that to other girls, but he can't give that to you, right? So for me, that sounds like that's the problem. He can give he can say that he likes or thinks other people are beautiful, but he can't say the same thing to you. So for me personally, I also don't have an issue when my boyfriend likes people's pictures on the internet, comments on them, thinks that they're beautiful, whatever it is. I think that is something in a relationship. Like obviously every relationship needs to have their own boundaries established in the beginning. Like, hey, I'm comfortable with if you doing this and this, but I'm not comfortable with you doing this and that. Again, every relationship needs to find out their own boundaries, how they want it. For me personally, you can do on the internet whatever you want. You can look at pictures, you can tell the people that they're beautiful. You can look at leaked pictures on the internet. You can watch your adult movies, whatever it is, right? Because it doesn't affect my relationship with you, or as long as it doesn't affect my relationship with you, or the way you treat me as well, right? So and then if your partner is not telling you that he thinks you're cute or something, ask him like, hey, I noticed you're still commenting to other people that you think they're cute or beautiful or hot or whatever it is, but you never say that back to me. Is there a specific reason? Do you not find me attractive anymore? Is it something I've said or done? Is it something about you? Like, what is going on there? It's just a conversation that needs to be held. Obviously it doesn't sound really healthy, to be honest. And the fact that it doesn't affect him, whatever that means, when he sees you in lingerie, that's just, that needs to be talked about. Because if a in my opinion, if a relationship is already struggling the way it sounds like it does, and you're mentally not in the clear with your partner, I can understand, even if you try to, I don't know, look as pretty or as arousing for your partner as possible, but mentally they're not in a state of being in a trustful, happy relationship with you. I can understand then in that context that they are not jumping on you, wanting to devour you in the bedroom, if that makes sense. Like for me, for example, my mental state has a lot to do also with my sexual desire towards my partner, right? So if I'm not mentally in a happy state with my partner, I'm also not in a good mood, in a good mindset to wanting to go in the bedroom with them. Does that make sense? Right? Like, I mean, of course, there's like the other side again. There's the hate fucking, or however you want to call it. Like, you had a big fight and then you get that out in that way. I never did that.
I cannot. If I'm mad at someone, I cannot fuck you. I cannot.
Listen, I understand. I've been in both. I've been in a relationship that was purely based on ups and downs, where you loved each other and you hated yourself, and then you hated each other so much you made up, and then you let the anger out in the bedroom. Been there. No. Don't have that now anymore, because I don't get mad at my partner anymore.
Oh, I get mad at Bugs, but I could not hate fuck him. I'm not. I'm just too mad.
But I can tell you that if you have, at least from my experience, right? If you have that kind of relationship, that is never healthy. If you can really, like, it sounds fucked up, but if you can hate fuck your partner, there is some codependency issue maybe going on or something like that. I'm just putting it out there. Unless it's like, I mean, if it's like, oh my god, you didn't
unless
fucking
you make up the situation. Yeah,
exactly.
With this. Yeah.
If you're like, he didn't fucking mow the lawn again, I'm gonna fuck his brains out. That's different. But like, if you can do that, I'm sure that's healthy. But in that, in like a serious context, if you're like, okay, he's been, I don't know, fapping to leaked OnlyFans shit, yeah, never. From now on, Nathan is never gonna mow the lawn anymore after listening to this episode.
Good, he never listens.
Good thing he never listens to the podcast. So yeah, I think honestly, nobody that will be able to answer this question. There will be nobody to give you the right answer to this question. The only thing you need to do is to have an honest conversation, an open conversation. Maybe he's not aware of it. Did you talk about it with him? Did you tell him like, hey, I noticed you give all those people on the internet compliments, but you never give them to me? Is there a specific reason why you do that? Just ask the question. Maybe he's not aware. Maybe it's a love languages thing, because let's say he's a acts of service kind of guy, right? You can't really do acts of service on the internet. So he cannot bring out the trash or help the girl on the internet with I don't know what. And I'm not saying what he does is okay or whatever. But maybe he does acts of service for you in real life and you don't notice it. So if you haven't yet listened to our 5 love languages episode, maybe that can clear some things up. Cross-referencing, we're going to link it also in the bio for you. But seriously, just have a conversation. Ask the same questions you asked us to your boyfriend. And we hope you can clear it up. But yeah, from us, we would be fine with our partners liking and commenting on stuff on the internet. Right?
I'm glad. You know what? I'm actually glad that Instagram removed. You remember, like back in the days,
when you could see what
see what people like. Actually, thank you, Mark. I still don't hold that you will win the cage fight against Elon.
Dude,
but
that's the next thing. Like, what the fuck?
Thank you so much for removing it, because the amount of time Ben and I thirst over, and my exploring page is just, you don't even want to see it. I can't even show it on YouTube. The amount of times like I like fucking 6-pack buffed guys just doing Asian guys just doing the most like normal thing in the world, like literally open a can with one finger, like one hand. Ben and I cream over these the dumbest things, you know. I'm glad you guys don't see what I like on Instagram.
Can I tell you what I used to do back in the day?
What did you do?
Bad Julia. Like not mentally stable now, happy Julia. But let's say like 16 to 21-year-old Julia that was really possessive and like that kind of stuff. I used to make a second account on Instagram because if you don't know how that used to work on Instagram, you would always see like there would be like a timeline of everybody you follow and their interaction, like where they commented, what they liked, and so on. You could see that. You don't see that anymore, right? I don't even know. Yeah. So that was the case. So if you follow a lot of people, you see a lot of people, and sometimes you have to scroll really far to find a specific person of what they did, right? So
you created an account, Julia, just followed this one. Oh my god, Julia! Okay.
Yep.
Cray.
Mm-hmm. And then there's Elon that just has the likes on. You can see what the person liked on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's the two sides. So Twitter is the perfect social media for a possessive partner to be controlling and checking when you're done.
I stopped caring about Twitter as well. Sometimes I was like, okay, if I like sexy girl pictures, right, where they show too much, I'm like, I should do that with, I don't know, my streaming public account nowadays. I'm like, fuck it. I don't care. I'll just like the coochie.
Listen, if you look through my Twitter likes, it's probably just like Noah Sebastian, cute cat picture, Nathan, cute cat picture, derpy dogs, Noah Sebastian. That's probably mine.
That's a good ratio, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Like that's all I have.
At least he's not naked, right?
At least, or sadly.
I mean, Midjourney's a thing, you know. Midjourney's a thing.
The best thing that Steffi sent me, I need to open this and show this on stream right now. The best thing that Steffi sent me on Instagram the other day, there's like a picture of thank you AI, thank you. It's an AI generated picture of Henry Cavill.
So hot. Love it.
Just for that, I love AI. I love it. It can make my dreams come true.
Yep. I'm gonna make some not safe for work Noah Sebastian pics for you.
Oh, please do. Please do.
I'll ask Spark. He knows how this works.
Asking for a friend, you know, if there's a way, I'd appreciate those for my private collection. Steffi, on it, typing away. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. I think we can do one more. Steffi, I'm gonna let you choose the last question to end the day off. If you want.
What? That's a good one. What sort of stuff do you post on OnlyPants?
On the OnlyPants.
What do you post on OnlyPants, Julia?
What do I post? To be honest, like you remember when we started talking about that? I started it as like a behind the scenes, posting like every day what I'm doing, blah 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 blah, that kind of stuff. I got lazy. I used to post like a lot of updates on everything I do, and nowadays I'm just too busy to do that. I still
Mm-hmm.
post roughly the same amount of pictures, but it's less of behind the scenes and how I'm feeling and what I'm doing, yada
Mm-hmm.
yada yada. I just post pictures that the people like.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? I still don't post any nudes or any like suggestive nudes or anything like that. So if you're just there for that, I'm sorry to disappoint you. What do I post? I post still cute outfits. Like I usually ask people about what they want to see. So for example, one of my bestsellers, I have like those leather legging thing that I just love. So I did like 4 sets in leather
Not
leggings because
suggestive, guys, by the way.
not at all. Mm-mm. Because my ass looks fantastic in that one. Exactly, now it's summer. Today I dropped Steffi. That's not me. Today I posted a bikini set.
Mm.
And I did like one with like a slit skirt and like harnesses. So like the most that I show is like a bikini. That's what I do. But I don't even do underwear usually.
No.
So you're lucky when it's summer and you're running around in a bikini. But beside of that, workout pictures like that, workout stuff. And I do nice sets, and I usually ask around for new sets or costume or cosplay ideas that people have, and then just listen to them what kind of things they would like to see me in, and if it's something that I can see myself in, and
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea, then I do it. But yeah, it's mostly just like nice or tasteful pictures where you can see more than on my normal social media. So not just my
Mm-hmm.
portrait mode, but like more full body, sometimes my booty. On my feet, obviously. I have
Mm-hmm.
really cute feet, so I'm using my money makers.
Smart.
What are you posting, Steffi?
Uh it was more a few months ago as well. I was kind of lazy the past few months too,
Mm-hmm.
like you, and I just started again with everything. To be fair, I do a lot of like all the like not really, but in the sense of I actually do it like the BDSM stuff, and with all the latex or lac. What's lac in English? Lac is not latex because those are two different.
The
PVC
shiny PVC,
basically and
yeah.
fake leather stuff. It's so fucking hot in summer, and I'm literally dying when I take pictures with those.
Mm,
That's why I slow down a little bit with this, or slowed down a little bit with this. So I do more like just bikini stuff, laundry stuff in the summer,
mm-hmm.
and as soon as it gets colder, I'll get uh new fake leather clothes. It's very hot. Like it was already very hot and you're just sweating your ass off. Plus
Mm.
it's a fucking pain in the ass to get into those. I always need to ask Max like to close all my stuff. So whenever he's not here or he's sleeping and I want to do just my shootings, right? I can never do it alone because I cannot like close them.
You need
So
the you know
with
what
the
the
zippers.
surfers have for the zippers, like
Yeah,
the
but the problem is
strings.
it's usually cord as well. You
Oh, it's like a
know,
corset kind of
it's
thing.
like yeah, you can't. So I do what I do though. I offer a lot in DMs. For example, I have people that have chastities. I have people that want me to tell them what they have to do IRL within their week, like during the whole week, basic tasks. It's literally just I have people that are basically my virtual housemates and stuff like that. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I do on the side of the pictures,
Oh,
and that's
I have that as well. I have like what's called,
you
it
have pay
sounds
pics.
wrong. Yeah.
So
Money
yeah,
slaves? Is that how you say it? I
yeah,
guess.
pay
So
pics, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that.
So those people, I do that a lot with the people, those people who
Findom,
want
yeah.
that because
Mm.
yeah, because not everyone is into that. But the people who are into that, I do that with them in DMs and stuff. And beside that,
But you know
I
what's
just
interesting for me? Sorry to interrupt you to that
Mhm.
kind of stuff because, like, obviously, like I don't do any sexual stuff, so I don't engage in any conversations. If somebody writes me like, "Hey, I would like to do this and that to your feet or your booty or
Mhm.
whatever it is," like I take the pictures, but like my boundaries are that I don't talk with you in any sexual content with that. But
Mhm.
or not but and the interesting thing for me with that is like there's people coming like, hey, I would like to be a pay slave, for example, and I honestly I didn't know before what that was. So it's basically people that just want to have certain how do you say it, like they want to have to pay you on certain days or a
Mhm.
certain amount of money a month. um and I was always like, I mean, technically interested, but just if it's not in a combination of having anything sexual, right? Like I
Mhm.
don't want to talk with you about anything sexual. I don't want to talk about your sexual life, my sexual life. I don't want to, have any engagement in that. And there's literally people that just come in and they're like, okay, every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, I have to pay you that certain amount of money. And then they're out again and then they're like, thank you that I'm allowed to give you that amount of money 3 times a week. And then they, I don't know, I don't want you to say thank you. I don't want you to write them that it was too little money that you give them and they need to give you more money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's really interesting because I was not aware that that is a thing without having any sexual uh interaction, even if it's just through writing or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Kind
fine with
of the
that.
same. Kind of the same with the tasks. Like they don't have to be sexual or anything. People
Mhm.
just want. Um, some people just want me to tell them what to do throughout the week.
So like,
That's
hey, you need
basically
to do
it.
your dishes.
You clean
Uh
your kitchen. You send me a picture of your clean kitchen. You sort your closet. You go buy milk and bananas to make me a banana shake in the evening. Stuff like this, like basic stuff.
mm.
So, and then like you get pictures of that they did it and stuff like this. So, and then in between, sometimes there's things that are like I'm telling them, I don't know, watch a hentai, but don't touch yourself to it and stuff like this.
Mhm, mhm,
But
mhm.
it doesn't have to be. So some people prefer to just get tasks, for example.
Okay.
That's
Interesting.
what
But it's
that's what I
interesting to
do as
see, like,
well.
obviously there's like both variants, right? But yeah, that's just for me. Those are my boundaries. But I really have to say, it's so funny. I just thought about it the other day again because yesterday I was scrolling through like some of the Instagram messages that were in the spam folder that I didn't really
Mhm.
look through. And I found in there 2 dick pics. I have gotten 1 dick pic in a whole year on OnlyFans, an
Yeah.
unsolicited one. And on Instagram, like it's like you go on there and you get like
Yeah.
5 a day.
Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
crazy. So again,
Oh,
yeah.
and plus what I do, I always write like, or most of the times I write like short stories as well with my sets. So it's just for the fantasies. That's what I do with my sets. The
Mm.
pictures I offer, like where you can unlock those pictures. On Fansly, for example, it works a bit different because I chose to have the stories I post also locked for subscribers. Not everyone can read those because it's only for subscribers. So yeah, I do that
Mhm.
as well.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I think that was a
That's it,
good
I think.
round of questions again today. I really
Mhm.
enjoyed it. Again, reminder, if you want to leave some questions for a future episode, leave them in there. Also, if you have ideas for future topics for episodes, it doesn't have to be a question or a statement. You can also be like, hey, I would like you guys to have an episode where you talk about this certain topic. We appreciate that. Obviously, we had 76 episodes already. So we're kind of,
Mhm.
running out of things to talk about, more or less. So yeah, if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them. You can obviously also leave them in comments. We appreciate that as well. And yeah, we're out for this week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. And we see you again next Monday. Bye.